This is it.
As we approach Port-de-Paix from the air, our target is in sight. See that strip of dirt down there? That's the runway. And within minutes after our landing, it will become a street again. Ken George made the trip with us. It would be his first time seeing firsthand the fruits of his labors.
I'm Ken.
Hey, Ken. Vance.
Vance.
Nice
and
to meet
Daniel.
you, sir.
Daniel, hey, man.
Nice to meet
All right,
you.
it's great to meet you guys.
Hurry up, guys. The other plane come.
There are no customs, no immigration. It's only a race to get food and supplies to the needy, which is almost everyone here. And now there are more people here than ever before. Port-de-Paix, or Port-au-Peace, is 150 hard, tough miles north of Port-au-Prince, the capital. Since the earthquake just over a month ago, this city and this area has exploded with population. Up by 10,000 in the town alone, up by 60 to 70,000 in the region. And more are expected to arrive as aid to Port-au-Prince ebbs. And that means there will be more flights like this, dozens a day. The outside world keeping Haiti alive.
Okay, so listen, on the tracks, two people, yeah.
Them one.
Scott Dorfman, a Georgia businessman, flies his own plane.
We came down the first time to take medical people out of Atlanta, and this is a company plane, so I said, you know, I'm in the fortunate position to have a plane and I can fly it. So we came down and started running people from medical supplies in that first week right after the earthquake, and we started realizing this is, you know, all the talk about how come there's no food getting to the people. Well, we were seeing it get to the people, so we started saying, well, this is much more worthwhile than just, you know, trying to bring people in, because everyone was stumbling over themselves. So when we started running food and actually seeing it getting to these little towns like here, Port-au-Paix and Jeremy and Pignon, and we saw it getting distributed out to the individuals, because we actually went into the orphanages and the little places, and I said, this is it.
Even something as simple as handing out candy has been a humbling experience for Scott and his son.
Hey, my American brother, may I have one?
I think I came 3 weeks ago thinking, okay, I'm going to help out. I'm going to only come for a couple of days. I mean, that was really my first intention. And I sort of fell in love with some of the Haitian people. I mean, I realized, you know, we're so far removed from it that we don't get it. And at the end, I started meeting the people. My son and I, Brent, were handing out candy to the kids and the sharing that they were doing. And, you know, we had one story where a little kid was taking a lifesaver, sucking a lifesaver, sucking, kept spitting out in his hand, and eventually we couldn't figure out what was going on. He spit it out in his hand and handed the rest to his brother, and for him to suck the other half. And what he was trying to do is make sure it was an equal amount. And you looked at that and said, these are starving kids, an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, whatever he was, and how in the world has he got enough compassion for even his brother to give him half his lifesaver, you know? So you start thinking, gosh, you know, if we could just come in and help these guys, they could really get on their feet, and they're great people.
From the so-called airport, we wanted to see where the aid was going. We were offered a ride on the back of a pickup and rode with Daniel Lashbrook, a local missionary, to his church compound. Daniel has lived here most of his life, ministering to the Haitian people. Our 4-mile ride, constant bumps, dirt stretches and all, takes almost half an hour on the suddenly burgeoning streets of Port-de-Paix. Refugees from the devastation of Port-au-Prince are everywhere. Refugees with nothing but the clothes on their back.
What did you see change the most here since the earthquake?
I think the thing that's probably changed the most is just any little bit of hope that people had, it kind of pretty much just disappeared with the earthquake, because they figure, you know, the Capitol, the only thing that's been standing for the last 200 years almost, you know, the Capitol building, and now it's destroyed. So pretty much just the hope, like everyone just feels like nothing's gonna be able to work in Haiti anymore.
For now, some hope for the people of Port-de-Paix has just arrived.
Is it like this every day?
Yeah, every day that we have this food give out, it's always like this. It gradually becomes more and more people.
Andy Siluis is the pastor here. His congregation is growing by the day.
We have a lot of people from Port-au-Prince. On Monday morning, we feed about 200 people from Port-au-Prince.
You okay?
These little boys arrived alone.
This one's smiling pretty well, huh? So these two have their parents or no parents?
They have no parents for right now.
And this lad, who's a little older,
Yeah,
is he from Port-au-Prince as well?
Port-au-Prince as well, yeah.
And the two ladies are from Port-au-Prince?
These two ladies are from Port-au-Prince. And children.
These two women and their children arrived by a bus provided by the government to move people out of the capital and into the countryside.
And when did they come?
Qui l'ont venu, hein? C'est après. They came here January 15th, 3 days after the earthquake.
Right. Well, do they have any hopes?
Even this far from the epicenter, the local church and school, way up here on the north coast, sustained damage and had to be torn down. Blackboards and pews are now in the courtyard. School and church services held beneath the open sky.
Where does Haiti go from here?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how to explain that to you, because you are talking with to a poor man who doesn't have a lot of power. Like I said, I'm not a political man. Those who making politics, they know better about that, what they're gonna do to move the country, because we destroyed everything we have in Haiti, destroyed completely. Hotel, school, everything destroyed. And the country is, I can say right now, is poorer than the way it used to be before.
Oh, much poorer.
Yeah, much poorer. Because, we lost everything now. Now, I don't know how it's gonna be, it's hard for me to explain you.
12 months. 12 months.
Back in the courtyard, the reality of the earthquake can be seen in the faces that continue to arrive from Port-au-Prince. Injuries that happened weeks ago, just now being treated.
And has she had any fever or chills?
Est-ce qu'on pas gain fièvre?
Oui, hier soir, madame a fièvre.
Last night, he had a fever last night.
And praying all over the compound. Everyone looking for hope wherever they can get it.
And now to see him here ministering to these kids and taking care of sick people, it moves my heart.
Ken George is humble, saying he knows he plays a small part. And seeing the aid getting to the people is all the motivation he needs for the work he and the pilots still need to do to get Haiti anywhere near back on its feet again.
The doctors we flew in are seeing the patients and are helping heal people, and the food we brought and are bringing, we're seeing feed people. So everything we've done is going to use immediately. It's not being warehoused, and it's a good story.